Good morning, everyone. How's everything? Are you great and everything is fine? Okay, today we are going to start a new selection. Our selection today is in lesson 3 in the Journey's hardcover book, and we are going to talk about a very funny story about Curious George. I don't know if you watched before any video for Curious George. Curious George is a monkey. This monkey is very funny, and this monkey he likes to make tricks. So all his videos and all his stories are very funny. Okay, so let's start together to read Curious George. When you get the hardcover book, you are going to open to page 70. You are going to open to page 70. Okay, I have here in my book. This is the front. This is the front page of my story for today. Curious George at school. Curious George at school. And it's written based on Margaret and H.A. Gray's Curious George. So in all this, there are many stories about Curious George, and you will find different writers write or different authors write about Curious George. Okay, so our story today is that Curious George is going to school. Of course, this story cannot happen in my real life, okay? Why? Look here at the front page. If you look at the front page, you will see the man with the yellow hat is holding the hand of the monkey. This is Curious George. And Curious George is holding a lunchbox, and he is going to school. Do you think this can happen in real life? Can you ever see a monkey going to school holding a lunchbox? Of course no. So that's why this story is not a true story. It can never happen in real life. This story, the genre of this selection of this story is called fantasy. Fantasy. What's the fantasy? Fantasy is a story that could not happen in real life. It can never happen in your real life. Like when I tell you I saw a monkey going to school. Can you ever see a monkey going to school? You can never see a monkey going to school. Can you ever see an elephant flying in the sky? No. Can you ever see birds talking to each other, English or Spanish? No. So all of these are fantasy. So fantasy is something that can never happen in my real life. Also, in the fantasy stories, you will find that animals are acting as if they are real people, as if they are real. They are talking, they are eating, they are going to school, they are taking their lunch boxes, they are riding bikes, riding cars, painting, coloring. They are doing many things that people can do. So while we are reading the story, we will find out what Curious George is doing. I have here, I will tell you. So, I have here in my story, Curious George at school. He is telling me about the people who made this story. Children all over the world love Curious George. If you just go to the YouTube and you write Curious George, you will find many videos about many stories. Is telling you stories about Curious George. Okay, so Curious George is a very famous character that has stories that make us laugh and make us happy. So this book, they were published in many places. You will find Curious George books in all over the world, in many different places. There are more than 40 books, and you will find movies and TV shows. So just write on the YouTube Curious George, and you will find many videos about it. Okay, so this is my story. You will find here that he is going to school with the man with the yellow hat. This man is called the man with the yellow hat. So let's see what did Curious George do. Okay. In my first picture here, in order that you can see. In my first picture here, I can see Curious George. He is standing on the chair, and beside him there is the teacher. And all the children are sitting on the mat and they are listening to him. So, what is written here? Mr. Apple says, welcome to your first day at school. So, this is Mr. Apple. Mr. Apple, it's an apple and they drew glasses to it, so it's Mr. Apple. So, he is telling them, Mr. Apple is saying that welcome back or welcome to the first day of school. What is written here? This is George. He can help a lot. This is George. He can help a lot. So this is Curious George. Look, he is wearing a star, something like a medal or a collar, and with a star. Then, in the next page, the book is very heavy actually. So, if you look at the page, you will see what is Curious George doing in this page. What is Curious George doing in this page? He is helping the students. He is helping the students. And in the next picture, he is playing. Look, he is putting the lunch boxes above each other, and he is holding also some milk with one hand and some fruits with the other hand. And he is telling us, George can sing. He is funny. George can sing. He is funny. What's the meaning of funny? Funny means to do funny actions or to do things that make others laugh. This is how to be funny. So, funny, George here is funny. He is funny. He is making like when you go to the circus and you will see there are many people who are making funny actions. So, Curious George is funny. Okay, and he can sing. La, 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 la. This is singing. To sing. Do you like to sing? Do you sing with your teacher? Okay, so the next page, they go to an art session. They go to an art session. So this is the art teacher and all the students. There are many brushes and many colors on the table, and one of the boys is wearing his apron. When you go to the art room, it's very good, and it's better for you to wear an apron or to wear an old shirt in order so the colors will not come to your clothes. So, where are Curious George? Look, Curious George here, he is holding a brush and he is thinking, I think he will make something. So, he can see the paints. He can see the paint. So Curious George is holding a paintbrush and he is looking to the paint. Then, what is he doing? Mix a bit. Mix a lot. So he is making a mess. He is mixing all the colors together. He mixes here some colors. He is mixing some colors. He is mixing some colors. The colors are all over the floor, and he made a mess. What do you think he will do? I think he is in a problem now. What is going to happen? He made the art session or the art room very dirty. Look. It is a big mess. Look, it's a big mess. He made a mess. But the art room is not clean. All the brushes, all the colors are on the floor. And what about him? What does he feel? Do you think he's good? Or he feels sad? Or he feels what? He is not happy. He is not happy at all. He is sad. He is not happy. So, what will he do? What do you think he is going to do? George ran. George ran. He ran. What did he find? And find is one of my new words. Find. George ran. So he opened this door. I think he is trying to find something to clean up with. I think after the mess he did, he is looking for something to clean with. Wow, he got something to clean. He found something to clean. So, what did he get? He got a mop. He got a mop. This is the mop. We clean the floor with the mop. Look, he got the mop and the bucket, and he had a big job to do something. He had a big job because he made a big mess, so he had a big job to do. Oh, look, he made more mess. No, it's a big mess. George is sad. I can notice here that the writer who wrote this story, he wrote big here with big letters. Look at the B and the I and the G, he made them big. Why do you think he made them big? In order to show us that the mess is really big. In order to show us that the mess is very big, okay? And he repeated the word, George is sad, sad, sad. Sad, like when I tell you, I'm sad, sad. So this means that I'm a little bit sad or I am very sad. When I tell you I'm sad, sad, sad. So I'm very sad. I'm happy, I'm happy. And when I repeat the word happy, it means that I'm very happy. So the writer here is repeating the word or repeated the word sad 3 times in order to show us or to tell us that George is very sad. Okay? So what is he going to do? Wow! His friends help. Look. His friends help. Look here. One of them is tidy up. One of them is using the mop to clean. One of them is put the water here in the bucket, and one of them is cleaning the floor with the sponge. And also, Curious George helped them to clean. So kids help him do a big job. They can help him a lot. He is not sad. They means the boys and the girls together. They. So, in my story here, Curious George, I have what is the main character? What is the main character in my story? The main character in my story is Curious George, is the monkey. He is the main character of the story, right? Okay, so Curious George, is he a real character? Oh no. No, he is not a real character. It's fantasy. It's fantasy. This story is not fantasy because the real monkey cannot do this. The real monkey doesn't go to school. The real monkey doesn't hold a lunchbox. So, this is not a true story. It's fantasy. And when I'm reading a fantasy story, I have to look about characters like animals who are acting like us, like people. And also I have to look for events that can never happen in my real life. Like the elephant cannot fly in the sky. The monkey cannot go to school. Okay, so this is the main character. And of course the other characters in the story are the kids and the teacher. Okay. Sorry. What happened at the beginning of the story? At the beginning of the story, Curious George, tell me. At the beginning of the story, Curious George, he went to the school. At the beginning of the story, he went to the school and he was making some tricks. Then, what happened next? What happened next? He went to what happened next? He went to the art room and he mixed all the colors together and he made a mess, right? And what happened at the end? He ran quickly to get the mop and all his friends, and in my last picture, I can see that all his friends helped him to clean. So, in any story like this, Curious George, or any other story, I have to look for the sequence of events. The sequence of events means I have something that happened first, I have something that happened next, and I have something that happened last. Like when I wake up in the morning, what's the first thing I do in the morning? I go to the toilet, I wash my face, I brush my teeth, and this is the first thing I do. Then, next, I go and put on my clothes in order to go to school. Last, I go to school. So this is the sequence of events. All our life in all what we do in our life, we have to put everything in order. We have to put everything in order with sequence of events, first and next and last. So this is my story today. So when you read the story, did you feel something or did you understand something about the character of Curious George? Character means someone, right? As I told you before. So did you guess something about Curious George? Is Curious George good? Is he bad? Is he kind? Is he aggressive? Or he's a bad character, a good character? Is he funny if he is not funny? I will give you 2 seconds to think. Finished. Did you think? Very good. He is funny. How did I know that he is funny? Curious George is funny. How did I know that he is funny? I know that he is funny from the actions he is doing, from the tricks he is doing. So I can know something about someone, about his character, if this person is funny or not funny, he is nice or not nice, from his actions, what he is doing, and from what he is saying, If he is saying good words and he is always polite and kind, so I can understand that this person is good, right? But when someone is saying bad words and he is treating his friends in a bad way, so I know from what he is saying and what he is doing that this person is not good. So this is the way I know the character, or I understand the character. When you go to a new place and you have 10 students in the class with you, then you love or you become a friend to 2 or more. Why? Because maybe you understand their characters. You know that the characters, they are good, they are bad. This boy, no, he is saying bad words, so he is not good. I will not be his friend. This girl, she is good and she is saying good words and she's always nice and she doesn't hurt anyone, so she is going to be my friend. This teacher, I love this teacher. Why I love this teacher? Because she's kind, she's playing with us, her actions are good with us, she's doing many things good with me, so I love this teacher. This teacher, no, she's always shouting at me and she's always punishing me and she is not good to me. I don't love her. So the way we love, or we don't love someone, from the way we understand his character. So how do I understand that this character is good or bad? From 3 things. From the words, from what someone is saying, from the actions someone is doing, and from the feelings. Some people, they don't have good feelings to us. Some people, they hate us. Some people, they can do bad things to us. So their feelings are not good. So we don't love them. So how did I know that this person is not good? From his feelings to me. Every time I see him, he never say hi to me. He never say good words to me. He never do good actions to me. So I don't love him. So this is a very good way to know someone about something about someone. Okay, in another session, inshallah, we are going to discuss more about understanding characters and how do we understand the characters of the people around us, or when I read a story and I want you to tell me something about the character in the story, you will know how to get out this from when you listen to what he was saying, from when you understand or when you see the actions or read about the actions he is doing. Thank you very much, and I hope you understand my session. See you next session.